What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to talk about shopping. Specifically going to a shop. Specifically going to a specifically One Piece trading card game shop. How cool does that sound? The answer, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very cool indeed. You see, initially, I saw the news that they were opening up these little pop-up shops over in Japan. And they look cool, I'll be honest with you. They look kind of awesome. But also, I don't live in Japan. So there's a part of me that's just kind of like, And I mean, look, take a look right here at the design of the shop. It looks amazing, right? It looks like One Piece. You've got the compass motif there. I mean, it's just giant and on the floor. The seats are very clearly barrels. And I've started watching One Piece now, and I'm enjoying it greatly. Luffy's attitude in the first couple of episodes is just, I love it. Super cheery dude running around shouting how he's going to be the best pirate ever and just casually backing up all the talk. It's wonderful. But this shop looks like One Piece, and that makes me very, very happy indeed. And then you go and take a look at what's going on in the shop, and it sounds kind of fun. Now, what they're basically doing is you collect 5 stamps to get a promotional sleeve. So participate in exchange meetings and collect 5 stamps. If you collect 5 stamps, you will receive a random promotional sleeve, and you'll notice they've got a bunch here, and they're basically just, one is like the back of a card, and then the rest of them are alternate arts of existing cards, including the Roronoa Zoro, that is Akira Igawa artwork, who does artwork for the Pokemon TCG, which is just stunning. I don't know how I'm ever going to get my hands on these sleeves, although maybe, but I really want the Zoro artwork. It's just, they're amazing. The thing is, as you dig deeper, it's a little bit weird. So you can go and buy the binders. Remember how we've got those binders that were released? We've got the manga version, the anime version, and the original illustration version, which is kind of cool, I suppose. That's nice. Remember, they've been sold on Premium Bandai, but it is nice to see them being sold in stores. But then you dig a little bit deeper, and it's actually only happening in Yokohama, Hakata, and Kyoto, which is not ideal. But they're not going to be just selling booster boxes. If you want to buy Summit Battle, the new set, you have to enter a lottery to get the chance to buy them. And with the One Piece card game like it is, and honestly the biggest issue is just it's too popular and selling out too quickly. No, it does not mean the game's in trouble. I did a whole video about that the other day. Go check it out. But it does mean that having One Piece TCG stores where you could just rock up and buy booster boxes and booster packs would be amazing. But that's not the case. Now, I did see in a previous article that they're going to have plenty of starter decks, which seems nice, I suppose. And like I say, you can buy the binders, which is rather lovely. And you can get these promotional sleeves, which is rather lovely. But actually, yeah. If you go and look under products there is actually a website for these shops. The products that are listed are the starter decks. And the shop itself is really cool. And the design of the shop is amazing. And being able to collect for those promotional sleeves is amazing. But in terms of products, I don't think I'm the only one who is slightly disappointed by the fact that it's starter decks, not booster boxes. Now, to be perfectly clear, I don't think there's any blame going around here. I think Bandai, and I've talked about this before, I think Bandai are printing booster boxes as fast as they possibly can, because like all card game companies, they are a profit-making business, so yes, they are going to print more to make more money, obviously. So it's a great place to go and learn to play, and a great place to go and be picking up starter decks and things of that nature, but I don't think it's unfair to say that it's not it's not ideal. Now, they do actually have another picture here on the website, which is basically showing off the locations, and you'll notice that they are all pop-up stores in shops. Now, I've not seen, and if anybody has, please do let me know in the comment section, I've not seen they're only going to be going for a little while. I've not seen a time limit on these. So I believe that they are kind of until further notice. Let's hope they last. In theory, I'm going to Yokohama in August for the Pokemon World Championships. So you better believe if this shop exists in Yokohama in August, I will be there, because that just sounds like fun. Now, as a side note, when they are selling boxes, and again, I do think from everything we've seen on the site, the fact that it's not listed under main products, the fact they've talked about the lottery sale, etc., I believe it's very much a case of when we've got them rather than all the time and often by lottery sale, although it's not 100% clear I believe that's the case. But it does say here very clearly, when selling boxes from November, after confirming with a customer, the tape on the box will be cut at the cash register as a countermeasure for resale. We will sell only to those who can understand. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation so that more customers can purchase. As a side note, I think this is absolutely stunning and I love it so much. We've seen this happening with a bunch of stores for the Pokemon trading card game, and I think this is wonderful. Because if you are an honest-to-goodness fan just wanting to buy cards to open, nobody cares if the seal of the box is broken. If you are a reseller, you do care if the seal is broken, so that means that there's no point you going to buy here, because if the seal is broken, then that means cards can be tampered with, packs can be weighed, etc. Although I don't know if One Piece is weighable. I know Pokemon is. We'll have to we'll look at that later. But I think they are, at least to a little bit, because of the super rares, but I don't know for certain. But my point is, this is great. Now, there is actually one genre of customer that is really hard done by here, and that is the people who are wanting to keep a sealed collection. Those people are hard done by, but I think it's a small price to pay, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's a small price to pay. Oh, and actually, one more little side note here. There is a specific note on the website saying that they're only going to be selling Summit Battle, the new set OPO2, they're only going to be selling that to people who have won the lottery in advance, not selling tickets on the day. But again, even then, they will be cutting the seal before they sell them. So this is all wonderful news. It all sounds really good, but it's all over in Japan. Who cares? Well, wait a second. What about you lovely ladies and gentlemen like me in the UK? Wonderful news. There is another pop-up shop, which is coming to the UK. Now, it's coming to Gateshead, which, for those of you that don't know, is basically Newcastle, which is really far north. To put that in perspective, I live in Cornwall, which is basically as far away from Gateshead as is possible to actually be. I'm not going to give you my address because that would be weird, but here is a Google map showing how to get from Truro, the capital of Cornwall in the middle of Cornwall, to Gateshead. And it's nice and zoomed out, and you might notice that it's about as far north as you can get. I know it looks like there's quite a lot of space above Gateshead. That's Scotland. Yeah. It's very far away. You can see the little dotted line there. That is the Scottish border. So for me to get to this shop, it is basically going to be me driving the entire country. Like literally from almost as far south as you can get to really not that far from the Scottish border. That is what it's going to take for me to get to this shop. And you know the messed up thing? Genuinely considering it, ladies and gentlemen. Genuinely considering it. I will obviously keep you updated on my Twitter at the Wassy in terms of whether I'm actually going to make it over there or not. But regardless, I love that this is happening. Because like I kind of said with the Japanese stores a minute ago, whether I can actually make it or not, it's not the point. The fact that these shops are happening at all is great. Now, here is a nice little mock-up of the store in Gateshead, and you can see it's a similar kind of thing. It just looks like One Piece. And that's amazing to me. Now, it's not actually its own shop. It's in a place called Namco Funscape, which is basically a Namco Bandai shop, which incidentally is why it's in Gateshead. So there's going to be kind of like a pop-up bit in there, which has the One Piece store in. We don't know exactly what's being planned for this particular shop yet. We've got a lot more information about these stores over in Japan, but we do know some things about it. We know that it's going to be opening properly on the 2nd of December, which shouldn't surprise any of you. That is the release date for the One Piece card game in Europe. But there is going to be a pre-opening, whatever that means, on the 23rd of November. Sounds good. Now, essentially, there's going to be tutorial sessions, and you're going to be able to get a One Piece card game demo deck. Yes, they have limited seating and limited demo decks, obviously. And they just announced this morning that they are, or at least as I'm recording this, they are actually holding pre-release tournaments. I know. Actual pre-release tournaments. And I adore this, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely adore this. Basically, you'll be able to go and buy the starter decks, one of each starter deck per person, and you'll be able to take part in a tournament, and the winner will get your silver foil Luffy, and participation will get the promo pack and the participation card. Basically, it's a full-on super pre-release. Now, this is a big deal, because super pre-releases ended weeks ago. We haven't had super pre-releases for weeks because super pre-releases finished. This is a chance to get back in on super pre-releases for anyone that missed out. For me, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I got to my super pre-release at the lovely Mad for Miniatures down in St Austell in Cornwall, and I got my promo pack, and I got my participation card, and I got my 4 first edition decks. But how many times have I told you you need 2 of each of the decks, because some of the cards in a deck come as 2 ofs, not 4 ofs. If I can get another one of each of the pre-release decks, then I have a playset of all of the stamped cards. Yes, this sounds wonderful, and I am extremely excited. That's all we know for the minute. We know there's going to be super pre-releases, which is a big deal. We know there's going to be demo decks and tutorials, and that's basically all we know. I would not expect booster boxes or booster packs of Romance Dawn to be sold from the 23rd, because the game comes out on the 2nd of December. I'm not saying they won't. I would love it if they did. But I'm saying there is absolutely no reason whatsoever to believe that they will be selling the booster boxes early. Not that they won't, but there is literally no reason to think that they will. It's a wait and see scenario. But I would be very, very surprised if that's the case. So yeah, it's happening. Over in Japan, they're already kicking off and things are great. Over here, it's happening in Gateshead on the 23rd/the 2nd, and I am just very, 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 very excited. But now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about what's going on. Tell me if you're going to be visiting these stores. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus pods, all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.